What is going on, everybody? We're doing a little bit of a different schedule this week. As I posted over on the community tab and on Twitter, I did Nerdy Neo's party chat on Tuesday. So if you're into gaming, we had a great time over there talking about video games. We did a variety of different topics. It was a great time. And I hate leaving people hanging. I hate missing the show because I love being here. I love talking to all of you fine people. I wouldn't be able to do this show without all of you all. So I appreciate it. And I didn't want to leave everybody hanging. I missed doing the show. So I had to move some stuff around. Wanted to do it last night, but ended up getting a little bit too tired. I've been going back to the gym, trying to get in tip-top shape again because I'm going to be a groomsman this May. So I just was too tired to do it last night. So moved it to tonight. And I got a great guest lined up. You know him. You love him. He's my friend and yours, Mr. Deluxe Baldwin. Deluxe, how you doing, my friend?
Hey there, everybody. I'm good. How y'all doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, man. I'm
Awesome.
feeling good.
Awesome.
And, you know, it's been, I'm glad that the week is almost over. You know, it's like, this was a long one. And now we're finally, for me, it was.
Well, I got this day, I got tomorrow, and then I got next week to work, and then I'm off to California for San Diego and TFCon, which we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that in just a bit. I'm excited for your experience at TFCon, and
my first one over there.
Yeah, and then this is one as far as we don't know what the exclusives are yet, but as far as guests, you know,
they don't. No Peter Cullen. No Peter. I wish Peter Cullen, but Frank Welker will be there. Yeah. I'm not gonna. I've already got him twice. I'm good with Frank Welker, but there might be a couple stuff. You know, some of the G1 voice actors. I may try to get some on my Transformer movie. I got some stuff already on this DVD. I got some signatures and everything. So.
Yeah, I do have to shout my wife out because my
hey,
birthday
wifey.
was. Hey Lex, if she's watching, she's not. Yeah, she does sometimes. Actually, sometimes she's just I just click on, give you a like. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. So she knew how much I wanted to meet Peter Cullen. I was supposed to. I was trying to go to GalaxyCon last year in March, and just things kind of fell through the cracks. And you know, I was really excited for TFCon. I can't really express enough how excited I was. You know, to meet him and Frank. Now, I was fortunate enough to meet Frank. But I was just like, man, that really bummed me out. And you know, especially since you know, we know he's sick, but we don't know with what. We don't know how serious it is. So for my birthday, she got me this.
I saw it.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I haven't shown it off to the people watching, but yeah, this is a signed print that's certified with Frank Welker and Peter Cullen on one print because she knew that I really wanted to get something autographed by the both of them. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I'm dead serious. I literally almost shed a tear.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So I hope to God I get to meet him. You know, I hope, you know, even if I don't, I just hope for the best for him, best health and all.
Yeah, he's getting up there. You know, he's in his 80s. You know, it's there. I see, you know, and I see some people you know, why is he not going? And I was like, dude, he's 80 years old. I mean, golly, he can't just travel around. Yeah, I mean, you just can't. You know, sometimes you get sick. You know, you get old. Yeah. And I see people like that. I'm just like, this is why people hate us. This is why people hate the fandom. This is why this is why people make fun of us. It's because of shit like that. It's just like, dude. I mean, I want to meet him again. I've met him 4 times already, but I want him.
I'm jealous of that.
I want it one more time because I didn't really think about getting that because I really want the picture I got with him back in 2009 at BotCon. I would love to just get that signature, and that'd just be a great centerpiece right there. You know, if I don't, you know, that's fine. I'm not gonna, you know, cry about it or anything like that. But
I just want to meet him and shake his hand at this point. I'd love to get a picture with him, but I don't want it to be like my picture with Stan Lee. Like when I did meet Stan Lee, it was like his wife was really sick, and it's just like I look like a crack fiend in the picture because I'm excited to meet a childhood hero, and he looked like I mean he looked so sad in the picture.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. I think that they abused him at the very end. A lot of people did. So
yeah. And not all people are like are built the same. I mean, he's 83, but you told me he's been a lifelong smoker, and that
catches up.
I mean, meanwhile, you got Alan Oppenheimer, who's 94, the voice of Skeletor, Sea Spray, Warpath. He's still going around. Michael Bell, man, he impressed the hell out of me at 86.
Yeah,
they're all,
all of them.
Yeah, you can't tell Frank Welker's 78.
No, and then just all these, the Beast Wars, they're getting up there in age,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, glad Gary Chalk is he seems like he's one of the men.
Yeah, he's doing better. That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the one Transformers related thing I got for my birthday. Well, before we get into the show stuff, let me finish my spiel real quick. So if you're watching us here live on YouTube, thank you very much. As I mentioned, I can't do this show without all you fine folks who tune in each and every episode. I'd love to say each every week, but I'm not here every week. Like last week, I took off. But thank you very much. We get that live chat over there. I already see it's popping off a little bit. So if you're watching us here live, don't be a stranger. Pop in that live chat. We'll be shouting you all out through the course of the show and reading your comments as the show goes on. Really appreciate it if you'd smash that like button if you like what I'm doing here. And if you're not already a subscriber, hopefully today is the day that I earned your subscription. And if you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, because you never know when I'm going to upload additional content on the channel. Still working out that upload schedule. I've just been really busy lately. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Before we get into any news and discussions, I like to kick things off with my figure of the week. And this week's figure of the week is a different one. You're probably going to be like, oh, another Optimus Prime. But this is the Blockies Optimus Prime. And this is a model kit. So it's not exactly a figure, but this is their... I almost dropped the box. I kept the box.
It's an action figure. It's a figure.
Yeah, it becomes an action figure when you build it out. It's a really substantial model kit. And, I got one of the little ones at TFCon. I got the little Nemesis Prime. And I was impressed with it for what it was. It was cheap as heck. I bought it from like one of the hotel rooms for I think I got this guy for $11 up to that room that
I remember
where the man was at. Yeah, we all went up. It was you, me, Lance, and I think Firetox and Rodimus all went up. And this guy, I got him actually cheap as well. And if you're interested in getting one of these, you're probably looking at this and thinking like, oh, it's going to be Gundam prices. No, the normal price for this kit is $34. But if you go over to Walmart, where I picked this guy up, he is $17.49. And you can also sign up for a Walmart Plus trial. I'm not plugging Walmart. I'm not sponsored, but I'm just saying this is a steal of a deal for what you get. And not only is this a fun model kit to build, not only does it become like a very substantial figure. You get a base, you get a bunch of accessories. You can see I've got the Energon axle on here. He's got a magnet built into the stand with the Autobot insignia on it that causes the eyes and the chest to light up. And that's important because he actually has a removable matrix of leadership in there. Comes with a little communicator piece for the wrist. He comes with a hologram and the old jetpack. So lots of options. I was really impressed with this kit. And I'm really impressed with Blockies as a company. And I don't know how you feel about it, but we're going to talk a little bit about Hasbro's shifting business strategies. The way things have been going with like 3-0 and Blockies, and now like we have the T-Spark stuff where they're letting Flames Toys make transformable figures. I'm kind of almost at the point where I feel like it would be interesting to see if we got official Transformers not made by Hasbro. Because again, At $35, I would not feel ripped off paying for that kit, especially like stuff like the Ion Blaster. Like it's the little touches, right? When you put this together, you can actually cock it, and you can see this piece right here. It has like a reload action built in.
Yep.
I mean, it's the cost of a Voyager, but it's like a liter size figure, and it feels substantial, and it's fun to build.
It's fun to pose too as well. I mean, I've done a lot of reviews for blockies. I just got some in. I just showed you. I've done mainly the little because they got smaller ones now, so they got scale levels now. So they got the little mini ones now. They got the regular ones, and they got some like 16 centimeter ones. And they got some huge ones too as well. Like they got Optimus and Megatron. Easy builds if you have kids, nieces, nephew, be a fun build to do it, everything, and fun to pose. Really, have great articulation, and they're just fun. They don't transform. But a lot of companies are going towards that. Like I said, blockies, you got 3-0, Flames Toys does, non-transforming stuff. You got YOLO Park.
Yeah, and YOLO Park's killing it too.
I got Mirage in today too as well from Rise of the Beast. So there's a lot of companies going towards, man, like I said, if I can start over, I would just be doing like 3-0, YOLO Park, and Legends.
Yeah. And you know what else is crazy too is, I didn't know how I was going to feel about like these chunky proportions, but in hand, it looks so good. It has so much character. And I just imagine, like, what would it be like if they let YOLO Park or 3-0 or blockies make transforming figures? Like, could you imagine how cool if like they made a model kit, like you get the satisfaction of building a model kit and it also transforms. Like that would be I kind of
really like
fun.
that 3-0 doesn't transform. I kind of like that 3-0 and YOLO Park doesn't transform, because I think that would take away from the articulation and all that stuff and everything. And that's what they're made for. It's just articulation,
I do agree that with like 3-0, like that insane, like what they do with like the ab crunches with the spines and all. And you also get very stylistic. Like I can't see how they make that their Seeker mold work as a transformer. Like you would have to sacrifice the posability or have to upscale it. So I
think I like the way they do the stylized stuff, because I think if they did the G1 stuff, it would just be boring. It'd be plain. If they did Optimus Prime, like, in the cartoon, I don't think it would just look, I mean, it would look fine, but it just doesn't look good as what the, movie stuff does. Cause or their stylization, what they do, it just looks so freaking beautiful. I mean, there's so much detail and scope work throughout. And it's just really nice.
I agree. And you got something cool today too. I don't know if you want to partake in the figure of the week.
I got kind of two. So like I said, I did get the Mirage from YOLO Park. So I got that. But I'm working on, right now, I'm in the middle of the review, is the 01 Studios, their long haul. I forgot what they called him. But this is another Constructicon set that I'm in on. I think I'm like on 4 or 5 of them. And so far, so good. I've done the alt mode and I've done the combine mode. And right now I'm transforming back to alt mode to transform into bot mode and everything. Yeah. So he's a big fella. They're going to be a big set and everything.
And you were telling me it's not only fun, but it's also, because I thought it was like all molded plastic, because all the 01 Studio stuff they've been, So I was surprised to hear that.
Yeah, it's not all this purple and green. You got some nice Tempo stickers, the black and everything. You got some yellow here and there. So pretty cool. Yeah, I'm impressed so far. I love the alt mode. That's the reason why I mainly got it, because the alt mode, it looks pretty cool.
And price wise, it's about like what they were asking for with like the Raiden individual bots, right?
Yeah, these were 80 to 100 or something like that, maybe, give or take. I'd have to look again. I forgot what it was.
To see they're that big is really impressive. So hopefully the combined modes.
Oh, it's going to be huge. Have you got it? Are you doing the Mecha Invasion Constructicons?
No, I'm doing Fans Toys. I know,
man.
I'm not.
For two Transformers, $100.
I know.
Come on now.
I know, but I'm getting them for the bot modes, because I'm actually still happy with my Toy World Constructor.
Oh, me too.
Funny enough, a good buddy of mine, John Hansen, does the Fanboy Studios. He hit me up the other day and he was like, "Hey, do you have contact info for Toy World?" And I was like, "No, I'll try and find it for you." His constructor just flat out started falling apart and decaying.
Damn. Yeah, like I'm worried about that. That's now his last name is Hansen. Do you ever say Bop with him? Do you ever say Bop? Please do that next time. Say Bop.
I should
just do that and see if he knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sorry. Right, let's check in with chat before we start getting into news. We got my good buddy Princeton Felix coming in saying hello. Good to see you, Princeton. We've got Paul. Oh yeah, great dude. Always showing support for people. Appreciate it. We got Paul Morales in here saying hello, everybody. Good to see you, Paul. We got our good friend Larkin's Lair saying what's up, and also asking who's that sexy man beast there.
I might be talking about you.
Maybe he's talking about maybe spreading the love, you know?
Yeah.
We got Mario Roca coming in saying hello, extra. Good to see you. We've got Ultra Megatronus in here saying, "Hey guys, what's going on? Good to see you."
Hey, Ultra.
Yeah, man. So let's talk. So I know you're going to be going to TFCon LA as we discuss. It's right around the corner, and it feels like Baltimore was just yesterday, but it's kind of nuts. It's been almost 6 months.
Yeah.
You know? So November to March, man. I guess really 5 months, but still. And you know, they're announcing guests left and right. Let's see here. Let's just go over to their guest page. I mean, obviously we've known about Alan Oppenheimer. They just announced Alexander Polinsky, who is the voice of Headmaster on Transformers Animated.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know that Benny Lanham was previously announced, but she's the voice of Dot on Earthspark. Charlie Schlatter, who was Vertebrake on Robots in Disguise.
Oh, Dan's going to be there. I need to get his autograph from my on my DVD because he's on the cover.
Oh yeah, so I'm surprised you didn't have that already.
No, I need to get his. Yeah. Oh, David Kay's going to be there.
Yeah,
oh,
David
he's
Kay.
Awesome. That's a good man right there.
And Duran Norris, who was Knockout, and of course David Sablov, who's been in tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the newer ones that were announced, Isaac Singleton Jr.
Oh, Greg Berger's going to be there too. Wow.
Yeah, Greg Berger's going to be there.
That'd be cool to meet Isaac. That'd be. I mean, I don't have anything to sign or anything, but just to talk.
You got your Transformers 1 DVD?
I don't have it. I don't have the DVD yet. I don't have it yet. I have the Blu-ray.
I got the Blu-ray and the steel. It's a nice looking steelbook too.
Yeah.
John Bailey, good dude. I mean, we've seen him on there.
He's done a lot of stuff.
Michael Chain's another one that's kind of a big one. I mean, I don't think he does too many cons as far as I know, but
I think that's the first time I've seen him, or I think I've been to one where he's been.
Yeah, he was Hoist, Power Glide, Rules, Skids, Red Alert.
I don't have anything to get signed for him either, though.
Have you ever met Vince DiCola?
I have. Yep. I got my CD signed by him and Stan Bush.
Oh, right on. Yeah, Vince has announced that he's going to be there. Of course, Flint Dilley's been there.
Dilly,
Now, Greg Weisman, he was a new announcement, and so he was the creator of Gargoyles, Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man, and Young Justice. But he also had worked on Transformers Prime. So cool guest lineup, man. I mean, a lot of the people that were at Baltimore, but man, they've really lined up. And it makes sense. You're in LA, you know.
Yeah, most of them probably live there and everything. So or around that area. So Frank Welker's going to be there. So.
You should definitely meet Alan Oppenheimer. I mean, at his age, man. And
I'll try. I mean, I guess I could have him sign my. He done his Sea Spray. Who else did he do?
He was Breakdown, Warpath, Beachcomber, and then of course, I mean, if you got any Masters of the Universe stuff, I'd get him to sign a Skeletor.
I don't have any. I mean, that would probably be the one thing to get a Skeletor, but I don't have anything He-Man. Well, no, I actually have the He-Man DVD set. Okay, I may take that if I can find it.
Yeah, man. So. Yeah, TFCon LA, man. I guess we're gonna be seeing more of like what we saw with with Baltimore, where they don't really announce any exclusives until like the week before.
Yeah,
So.
it's been. I know, you know, Get Right Robot will put something out with Fans Hobby and Chosen Prime. I'm sure. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that, what they're going to do. And then I hope MMC's probably. I hope they might have something. I'm hoping Legends. I'm really.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was gonna say MMC's definitely gonna have their next piece of that Ruination set.
Oh yeah. How many they got out so far? 2.
So they've got they've got 2. They've got Roll Bar and Rotor. So the question is, which one are they gonna do next? And when are they gonna release? So. I am. So. Again, I'm getting the Omega Prime, so I kind of my whole goal is to have this with that.
Oh, okay, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. I did miss some chats. I didn't scroll down enough, but got my buddy Stunning and Brave Megatron in here saying what's up. Great artist. Go check him out. Then let's see. Ultra Megatron is coming back and saying third-party companies are going to thrive because of Hasbro doing what they're going to do. Yeah, I've got some feelings about that, and you know, again, with companies like Blockies and YOLO Park and 3-0, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. We're gonna be talking about their business plan for sure. We got Rodimus Primal Hand with us saying Cowabunga to the 009. Good to see you. And let's see. Stunning Brave also saying, really want to meet Corey Burton. Yeah, he's one I want to meet because Transformers animated Megatron, one of the best Megatrons. Yep. Not to mention Shockwave, but you know. And of course, we've got Lance coming in saying, I'm here now. Lance and I have been talking about doing some Saturday streams. I think we're planning out when we're going to do the Cybertron stream. I think that's going to be the first weekend in March. And then we're also going to be doing a Fans Project retrospective, just going back and looking through Fans Project and all their contributions to third party. So that should be a fun discussion.
They have some good stuff, man. Their headmasters are really still good. That's I mean, for Chug headmasters, they're really still good.
Yeah, and so many people forget third party kicked off with Chug.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Chug and add-on. I think the first one was actually an add-on kit, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah,
I think it was Cliff Jumper. Was it Beelzebub or something, or somewhere in that area, or something like that?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think it was I think it was one of the first ones. And I remember they did I think Fans Project did the upgrade kits for Ultra Magnus and Rodimus Prime.
Rodimus.
And everything. Mm-hmm. I have those still, man. I have all of them, man. Golly.
Yeah, they I'm going back and looking through because I remember they did do that Cliff Jumper kit.
I think it's like Beelzebub or something like that.
Yeah.
Like for the classics, I think it was for the classics Cliff Jumper.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember a lot of people were just unhappy with like the fact that they just gave him Bumblebee's head and And I can't remember because there was and going back, what stinks too is like a lot of this stuff has just been lost to time. A lot of the news.
Oh yeah.
You know, to go back, and Lance is saying it was. I do remember people getting that and saying like, oh, I got the new head for Cliff Jumper and all. You know, back on the old days on Easy Board.
I didn't get that one, but I started off, man, with like Fans Project stuff, TFC, TFC stuff and everything. I remember getting the TFC Constructicons? They were so basic looking now. Man,
Hercules. Yeah,
Hercules.
Hercules.
Yeah.
At the time, it was just cool to have it.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. I remember getting those, and man, the Fans Project, man, they had that all diecast Springer. Then they did a broadside, and man, that's some reminiscence right there, buddy.
I remember the Classics Magnus update, and Larkin actually sent me his. I have that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, because I always wanted that. Like back in the day, that was the thing that got me interested in third party. Was that and the Rodimus kit? Like I was just like, wow, that is cool looking.
I have 3 of the Rodimus. I have the clear one. I have and I think I have 2. I have the original one. I have the clear one too as well.
Yeah.
Because I like clear stuff. So
Rod is saying, remember those kits? Never liked them. Are you talking about the Parallax ones? Because I like the Parallax one. Now, when I finally got the Ultra Magnus, when Larkin said it to me, I was like, yeah, this thing has it's not aged the best.
No, it has not. It's just it barely any articulation. He's just so beefy. It's just like it's ridiculous. But back then it was cool. But now you're just like, yeah, I'm good.
They were great for display, not for play. I will say that. There's so much parts forming involved, but they look cool, and you got to respect where everything started off.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, let's get into some news and discussion. We'll kick it off with something fun and exciting. And man, I'm a big gamer. I know you're not really big into the gaming scene anymore, but I gotta ask.
I will for Transformers. If they do a Transformer game, I'll definitely be in on that.
Hell yeah! So Space Marine 2 developer is making a game based on a tentpole Hasbro IP. This comes from Polygon, and I've been reading up about this thing. Now they don't explicitly say it's Transformers. Saber Interactive recently just did Space Marine 2, which was the long-awaited sequel to the first Warhammer Space Marine game, which 13 years is a heck of a gap. But if you think about it, we've had a big gap between where Fall of Cybertron left off. Could this be them picking up, or could it be something new? I honestly wouldn't care if they took the assets from Reactivate and just made a brand new game that was a third-person shooter with transforming mechanics.
Oh yeah, I want some more toys. The 4 they put out for that Reactivate game was really good. I don't know, man. Yeah. That really sucks that that's not. And I think the game was going to probably be pretty cool too as well, because I think we're so thirsty for a new game for Transformers. I was hoping that would be a really good one. So
the challenge though with what they were doing with Reactivate is it was going to be a live service game, meaning it was going to be always online, and those games are just such a risk and a gamble anymore that I kind of can't even blame Hasbro for shelving it.
For scrapping it.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
Just because I feel like it would have been. It would have been a risk, and it could have flopped and failed. So they probably just said, "Hey, we already spent too much money." I know Splash Damage definitely was over budget because the game was supposed to come out. I think it was originally supposed to come out in 2023, and then it got delayed.
Oh, wow.
Then they switched engines. So, but there's also, again, we have no confirmation it's going to be a Transformers game because it's a tentpole IP. Transformers seems the most likely, but the important thing before everybody gets excited is Dungeons and Dragons is also a big property, and Baldur's Gate 3 was a huge game, and that was one of the big games that made them want to go. Bless you. Made them want to get further into this.
Yeah. I mean, Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, I'm not, I'm not saying I'm not gonna get it, but that's a big, huge following, longer than what Transformers has been. So, it is what it is. But I'm hoping somebody does a Transformer game.
Me too, and I want a single player game, but I want it to have some multiplayer. But I don't want the multiplayer to be, because again, if the multiplayer fails, I want there to be a good Transformers game I can play for years and years to come. And I like the idea of an evergreen game. And like Stunning and Brave saying, I think everybody really wants them or somebody to do that Fall of Cybertron sequel.
I would love Armada. I would love something like they did Armada. I know that's 25 years old, but that was such a fun game. I mean, if I still had that, I would still play that.
Why can't somebody get the rights and do a remaster of the Armada game? I mean, that one's kind of baffling. It only ever came out on PlayStation 2. I mean, you got to think, like, if you put it out on PC and Switch and Xbox, PlayStation, awesome. Like, so many people would want to revisit that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then we get into, this comes from Sabertron. Now this is just a rumor, and they've been doing this so Hasbro has been doing something for Marvel Legends where they have made to order figures, and they've done it with 2 so far. They did it with and again, the difference between a made to order and a crowdfunding is essentially, like, they'll come out with a high concept figure that they're not confident they can make it and sell it brick and mortar retail. But they're still going to make it. They don't have to hit a threshold. And this just comes from an online leaker. Again, it's hard to say whether it's actually going to happen. But it seems like they might be interested. And I could see this happening if they, given some of their business decisions, I could see this being likely. But they want to do this for Transformers, do made-to-order figures that might not be retail releases.
Where would they start? Who would you think they would start with?
That's a good question. The rumor suggests that it would be how they would release Big Convoy. So I could see that. I could see that being a thing. I'm not sure how necessary this is. I kind of feel like if you're going to go with this business model and you're going to sell through Haslab, maybe. And I say maybe. Look to things like this. Like they have the 40th Selects version of Lio Convoy that just got delayed. The pre-orders have been delayed. People aren't really sure why. Yeah, the release date changed to March 31st, which is probably just a placeholder. But if you're going, I mean, they kind of already do this through Haslab, right? Where they're selling stuff like the Monster Hunter crossover or the Bingo Toys crossover, or the way that Pulse sells Masterpiece figures. This is kind of not that different. I have mixed feelings about this. I like this model a little bit better than the Kickstarter model, especially because at the time they don't charge you until it ships, so you have time. But yeah, I don't know. I also feel like Hasbro kind of leaves a lot of money on the table at the secondary market. And also the other thing I don't like about this or crowdfunding is that you can't let a review be your guide, because you're going to commit to buying this and it's just going to come out and you're going to have it, and it might be bad. It might have bad QC, and then you're at the mercy of the secondary market. Whereas, the way we've been buying figures third party and official is it comes out, people like you get it and tell us like whether it's worth our time and money.
Yeah, because I paid for the Prime, the RID Prime that's coming out. I paid that last March, probably. What was it, around that time? So you're putting a lot of money up, and you don't know the and that's just another example is like with the if you were TFCon, you're buy the the extra the $100 extra to get the exclusives, but you don't know what they are.
Right. And now, at least with exclusives, they're always based on existing molds for the most part.
Right. But you're still, I mean, it still would be pretty cool if they would give you a little hint, this is what we're going to do, because you're going to spend that because, maybe you don't like that or something I don't know. I mean, but then if you don't want to do it, then, it goes away really quickly, because they sell out pretty quickly with that and everything. So, I mean,
Jason
you're putting money up.
Yeah. Like Jason got to the convention, he didn't know if he wanted the Onyx Commander or not.
Yeah,
and then he just got lucky with the Chosen Prime having literally one left.
Yeah. I mean, you're taking a risk. Like I said, you're spending $250, which is a lot of money for a lot of people and everything. So
I do have to give the convention exclusives a little bit of a pass. And here's why. It's because they do have allocations for the convention, but if you're at the convention and you're like, I don't know about this, people at the convention buy it, and then it is available after the fact. So there is a window for people to review it and say. And
you can always sell it. I mean, you can always sell it. So they're always going to buy. I mean, there's very limited. They don't make as many.
Yeah.
So I made an example, but I know that's not probably a good example. But yeah, if you can always make your money back usually with you can make even more sometimes if everybody wants it. But you can at least break even because somebody's going to want to buy it at the convention, or if you put it up on afterwards, somebody's going to buy it eventually. So everything.
I like this model better, but I still think that and again, I don't think Hasbro is in a position where they really care about reviews. And the thing is I care about reviews, but there are a lot of people, and we know it, where, you know, you buy a figure and you review it, and then you have people, and it's not just you, it's everybody. It's Jason, it's Larkin, it's big guys like Emgo and Jobby, where you buy a figure, you miss one thing, and there's somebody in your comments going, "Oh, you missed this," and it's like, well, wait, are you here to help guide your purchasing decisions, or are you here for your confirmation bias? And they probably do know that the bulk of people buying reviews already own the figure, and they just want to be told you spent your money wisely. You know,
I mean, they want somebody. They want somebody to say, you know, I feel good about their purchase and everything. And there are some people that just want to correct people, but it's because they're, you know, either OCD or something, or they're just, you know,
terminally online,
not all there. Yeah. So, you know, but I just say thank you for watching. You have a wonderful day. I mean, I miss stuff. I miss stuff all the time. So, you know. It is.
I got Wookie to buy the Blockies Optimus. I know you're gonna enjoy that though. That was a fun build, man. You know,
they're all fun, man. Blockies is good. I'm in all the Blockies. So,
you know, like I said, I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I'm not, you know, crapping on this model, but I do have concerns. Like, I would like it if they kind of did made to order stuff, but like they also did it in batches, like, hey, we're going to make this, and then if it's popular, we'll give you a second chance. So people do have the opportunity, because I do think that they definitely need that community engagement. They need the community to help sell figures. You know, I mean, how many figures have reviewers made you realize you wanted that you didn't know you wanted?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what that's, you know, what reviewers do. They try to, you know, give your opinion and everything. I'm not trying. I don't think I try to sway people to buy stuff. I just give my opinion of what it is, and then, you know, get on the floor and then
have fun. Yeah, like
have fun.
I mean, like, one of your metrics is it a fun figure? You know.
Yeah, and most of the time they are, because I love some Transformers. Yeah, there are some duds out there. You know,
there are. But yeah, I don't want. I guess the long-winded thing is, like, I don't want them to take away the ability to see, to you know, for us to mitigate our purchases, because, you know, it's a dud.
Yeah.
Now this.
Speaking of duds.
So speaking of duds, the Legacy Haslab Lyo Kaiser combiner has funded. It funded before they opened it up to Asian markets, and it looks like it's about to hit its first stretch goal. I think that was 13,000 backers gets Death Cobra. I'm not getting this one.
What? Hold on, let me say something. Princeton, shut the hell up. Man, shut the hell up. I ain't supporting. Come on now. We made it to the NFC Championship, man. We're going to Super Bowl next year. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go on. Talk about this crud.
You got that healthy rivalry going.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens though if you get, because you know they're doing that crossover with the NFL? What happens? What does Princeton do if the Commanders get their crossover before the Cowboys do?
I'm excited for that. I hope we get something good.
Actually, you know, they should do that as a 2-pack. They should do the team rivals, so then both of y'all have to buy each other's teams.
I'll crap on that thing. I'll throw that damn thing in the trash. I'll shit on it. Whatever. F the Cowboys, F the Eagles, and F the Giants. We're going to Super Bowl. JD5. So, are they close? What are they at? 13,000 for this? So, are they close to the Death Cobra, aren't they?
They're about to hit 12,000. So right now they're at 11,965 backers. So they really only need 1,000 more and change to get to Death Cobra. So this thing comes in at 300, not including tax, and if you're not a Pulse Premium member, you're also paying shipping on it. I've said this when this was revealed, I don't hate this, but I don't hate it as a brick and mortar product. We were talking before we went live, you know, there's a lot of, you know, again, we don't even have actual pictures. These aren't real pictures. These are digital renders.
Just renders.
I don't like that. I don't like the fact that, this is part of Legacy, but it's a premium product. Why are we getting waffles and holes and things that, you know, again, that was a problem with Star Saber. Deathsaurus was way better. Way better.
Deathsaurus was awesome. Mm-hmm. You got Jaguar on the back just hanging off like a kid in a backpack or something. And
Now, in
I've
fairness,
said this before.
yeah,
They have a long time to fix this stuff. I understand that, and
yeah,
they will. I think they put it out too early, but a lot of people, this was a big deal to them,
yeah,
and I think that they're going to fix a whole lot of that stuff. So that's good. That's good. But
yeah.
do you want to take that chance? Do you want to give the $300 or $300 something dollars, and then if they don't fix it, and then you'll be like, now I got to buy it.
And
So,
we knew multiple people who had QC issues with their Star Sabers. And again, they didn't have parts on hand. They wanted, hey, instead of sending you parts, it was, we'll send your figure back, and then when we get new ones, we'll send you one. Or the other thing that's ridiculous, Hasbro Pulse is the only retailer in the year of our Lord 2025 that when you get a refund, they don't just refund your credit card. They mail you a check. So if you have problems, you got to wait for them to snail mail you a check and then wait for that check to clear. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yet they're charging a premium. And when I say they're charging a premium, chat, keep me honest. If you know of any Kickstarters or crowdfunds that do this, but my experience with crowdfunds and Kickstarters is that it's for the base price. Now, this is 6 Voyagers, and Voyagers are $35 depending on where you go, right?
But they're deluxe scale though. They're potting them off as Voyagers, but they're like only 5 inches tall, 5.5 tall.
I'm being generous because of the chess masters, and they do have some additional, we'll call them deluxe
chess masters. Why can't they call them breast masters? Are you kidding me? Come on now.
So really what this thing should cost should be about $210. But they're baking in the cost of Death Cobra. They're baking in the cost of the weapon, the electric nunchuck here. And they're also the cheap ass display stand. Come on.
Stand.
The Blockies Megatron comes with the throne and the dynamic stand. Yeah, I only used the one for Star Saber because Victory Saber because I have him in a dynamic pose with the sword. But yeah, I wouldn't use a stand for this. This would just live in the box.
Yeah.
And Wookie asking how much of Haslab is scalpers. Well, so I got out of G.I. Joe, and I still need to sell my Hiss tank, but the Dragonfly, I didn't even really, I got my money back. That's all I got. So it's really not great for an investment because these are going to be big boxes that are going to be expensive to ship. So, if you are planning on getting one and flipping it, you probably, it's a gamble too, because again, there are a lot of people. I mean, you got to think that there's going to probably at the end of this be 15,000 people getting it, 15,000 in the wild. So it's not going to be the rarest thing.
It's not going to be like Unicron.
But
I mean, Unicron is going for a lot of money now. They got over $2,000. But I don't think it's going to go. It's not going to be like that, because Death Source wasn't like that. Neither was Victory Saber or Star Saber, whichever one. So I don't think. I mean, you may get a couple here. You may make a little bit of money, but I don't think it's going to be like the Unicron thing at all.
Now, if this was highly premium and this was kind of like what you call a chugster piece where there was no waffles and no gaps, and they really, this could fit in a masterpiece collection or a chug collection, I'd be like, okay, $300. That's not the worst, right? But this is just this looks like a retail, and I get it's supposed to fit in with Legacy. Make it closer to that $200 mark. Make it closer to $215, $220, $225 even, I think would be fair. And then, again, the stretch goal should be a reward for, hey, so many people bought this, so we're throwing in an extra. We're throwing in an extra. Rather than assuming that, this is going to get funded,
Yeah. Well, make it, I mean, if you're going to put it for the Legacy line, make it look like it's a Legacy figure and not make it look like a, Combiner Wars or a, Powder Primes figure.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I do think this looks better than what we got in Combiner Wars. And I do think that there's things about this that look better than Devastator, but still here, right? looking
They got the
at
aerial
Guy
bot
Hawk.
legs. Yeah, they got the aerial bot legs from the Combiner Wars. They're just reusing those.
Like this is
It's
a
gonna basically
premium
just
product.
slide. It's gonna basically slide up, just like the aerial bots. It's gonna slide up.
Would it
Probably.
instead of that stand? Could they just use that plastic to cover this up?
Oh yeah, and the arms
Cover
too.
that.
Look at that.
Yeah, put a little.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
because DNA
There should be a
Designs is
flap.
already. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're foaming at the mouth right now. I mean, because I mean, I don't understand the whole flap thing with the with the hands. Why can you not just put a little flap right there? Just open it up.
Especially. Yeah, these wrists are all on ball joints too. So
all the arms are going to do basically is just going to fold down anyways. Look, see, it just collapses. Why can you not put a flap on there to cover up the hands?
Yeah,
that's stupid.
And again,
that's just
the legs here. Could we get like a couple articulation points? Could these be like actually pinned on instead of snap-on pieces? You know,
they love the mushroom pegs.
It just feels like look for the cost. And again, if you want it and you like it and this makes you happy, I am happy for you.
Man.
But
you win.
Yeah. But for me as a collector, I think there's got to be lines that you got to draw. And like, going back to Unicron, I felt Unicron was 19 pounds. It was huge. It was kind of a once in a lifetime thing. Now, granted, they did crap the bed with the Unicron on one thing. They cut costs. They changed the maul from orange to blue at the 11th hour. Didn't tell anybody until it was shipping out. And it's like, how do you do a premium product and do something like that? And then, you do a cost cutting measure on something at the 11th hour. I thought it didn't ruin the figure, but it was like a black eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
But Unicron
and
was
a lot
still
of people,
very,
No, listen, sorry.
I was going to say Unicron's still a very substantial thing, and it made sense for Haslab. I think that they've done so many deep cuts in Legacy. Like they're doing Victories, they're doing Metal Hawk. They could have released these individually at retail, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... I think that, the reason why they did it with Unicron because they can. Because it's Unicron. Now, with this, Lau Kaiser, I don't think, this is mainly towards the Japanese market because that's there. People like him over here too, but he's just, a lot of people are getting it, because he scales with Deathsaurus and all them. It's like, okay, scales with it, but it's still, I mean, this is going to be an eyesore next to Deathsaurus, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and then you throw Dino King in the mix and they're not going to scale.
No, the core class ones? No, I mean, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, Rodimus.
Like I said, if you get it, you love it.
It's Stunning Brave. I think,
like that.
Well, with Skylinks, if they did Skylinks, I think they would have to do a masterpiece one. But I still think that
they already gave us. They gave us already good Skylinks.
Yeah, they have the Commander class one. I think the Commander class one's probably going to be reissued at some point too. And then we got Mega T-Rex Raw saying, for the price of the tier item, the price of the tier item should be standard and the tier should be something else. I mean, I just think that it should just be the base price. Because they did that with what was it? The Ghost Rider one. They baked in the price for all 6 figures when it really should have been $100 set, and they turned around and sold the G.I. Joe Vamp for $100. But for that, they baked in the stretch goals into the total upfront cost. They made it like a $300 set, and it failed appropriately. It deserved to fail. So,
oh well, you got it. If you like it, you win. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter what we say.
Yeah. Ultra Megatron is saying, but they said it's a prototype. They said time to fix it. I don't think they should be bringing prototypes. If you're going to be selling something and you're going to be crowdfunding for it, you should have a close to final product, in my opinion. Like, you should at least, I understand doing the resin ones and why they do the resin ones, but they should at least, if they're going to, when they do present it, they should have, I feel like they were better dressed with Omega Prime. Now, this is the second fastest funding one next to Omega Prime, surprisingly, but I just can't in good conscience back it, because I feel like you give this company an inch and they're going to take a mile, and they're going to, as we get more and more Haslabs down the line, they're going to be saying, oh, well, they settled for this then.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
bitch.
Exactly.
That's what they got.
They also did open these pre-orders up. There's places in Asia and Australia where you can just pre-order it in the store.
I think they opened it for Mexico too as well.
Yeah, Mexico, Singapore, Australia, China. Now they got a little bit of a better deal because they have like a store called I think it's Zing in Australia. That's basically like the their version of ThinkGeek, and you can just go in and put a deposit down and pre-order it. So for them, they have a little bit less risk involved, and at the equivalent of about 304 US. Again, that's not. I still think that's overpriced. But for those territories, but again, that's also kind of cheating because they're allocating units to retailers. So it's not even a crowdfunding at that point because that's why it surged from 4,500 all the way up to, hey, we're funded, because they're like, oh yeah, we allocated all these for retailers. So
put a little down payment on it. That's all they did.
Yeah. And well, even there, at least for, I think their store is called Zing. What was it called?
Zing.
Ozformer
said,
yeah, Zing.
Is it Bing or
Zing? Zing, Z-I-N-G. So yeah, and that store, it's 345 equivalent. So they're getting a roller deal. But you know, they also said that if they have extra inventory available, you'll be able to just walk in and buy it.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be a good option.
Yeah.
Preston says it's going to open up in Arkansas. It already is in Arkansas. I already got an early copy, man. That's why I don't like it. Princeton.
Yeah. So Hasbro, they have a new business strategy, which they're calling Playing to Win. So basically, they have 5 strategic pillars: profitable franchises, aging up, everyone plays, digital and direct, and partner scaled. So again, I don't want to get too into the weeds with the details here, but this is actually kind of interesting. Now, you know, as mentioned earlier, their financials for Q4 of 2024 were not the best. Transformers did all right. Again, their CEO, Chris Cox, is emphasizing games and licensing. And he highlighted Magic the Gathering, Monopoly, Dungeons and Dragons, and their CFO said that their goal is to become one of the most profitable toy and game companies globally. So some of this stuff we'll unpack. Profitable franchises, asserting the fundamentals of profitable play-focused brands. That's PR jargon. I mean, basically, they have some of the best brands and most recognizable brands. Use the ones you have and be smart about it. I mean, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Transformers. For the time being, you know, Marvel is hit and miss. You know, I don't think the MCU stuff or the Star Wars stuff has been doing well, but I think the classic stuff playing into the nostalgia of those 90s cartoons has been. You know, the X-Men 97 stuff, that's been flying off the shelf as far as I've seen. Yeah. Pillar number 2 is aging up, increasing the play and collectible appeal for fans aged 13 and above across Hasbro's brands. I think that's a smarter idea, and I hope that means that they try and push Masterpiece in the States again. I mean, it would be nice.
That'd be NATO.
You know, I that's the thing I liked about Toys R Us for a time is you just walk in, buy Masterpiece, and sometimes they were different. But also, I think too, it'd be nice if that means they make more ambitious things and higher quality products. But I still think we need to have kids' toys that aren't built like dollar store toys. Like that's the biggest problem I see with kids' toys.
Yeah.
Everyone plays, expanding reach and opportunity areas, including girls and emerging markets. Again, more PR jargon. Just make good toys, you know, make stuff with universal appeal. That's what your games and board games are. So again, I think pillar number 3 is kind of like, and it's funny too, somebody that goes into stores, I don't know what it's like in your areas, the girl aisles dominate. There's like two action there's like a Hot Wheel aisle and 2 action figure aisles, and then it's like 6 or 7 girls aisles with like crafts and dolls.
There's
and
Lego. There's a Lego aisle too, usually Legos or something.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, just the girl stuff though. I go into Target, it's like 6 aisles for girl stuff, you know, 2.5 for boys stuff. So I think that's kind of again,
sexual
PR
discrimination.
jargon. Yeah.
Sexual discrimination.
Yep. Digital and direct, again, building video game services, e-commerce capabilities. Again, PR jargon. They want to get into the games market. Chris Cox came from Microsoft. If you're going to do games, be smart about it and maximize your budget. Don't go big, Partner scaled, driving profitable reach through outstanding retail and licensing partnerships. And that's the interesting one because we have, what is that Cubex? Was it Cubex Prime, the first third-party transforming Prime?
The model kit. I think they're doing a Starscream too, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe wrong. I may be wrong on that. I don't know for sure.
And again, they're doing stuff with obviously McFarlane had the Page Punchers. They're doing Playmates. They're licensing out Power Rangers as a brand there. And I don't know. I think that there are good opportunities to make their brands resonate. And also, too, like, I think Hasbro has some cost issues. Like, going back to Blockies and 3-0 and YOLO Park. Blockies and YOLO Park are such a fantastic bang for your buck.
Oh, yeah.
And in this economy, they need stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely need stuff like this. That's high quality. Like, this is a model kit that, like, if I knew a kid that was like 8 or 9 or 10 years old and liked Transformers, I'd be like, here you go. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
Oh yeah, building it and then playing around with it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And same thing with YOLO Park. Like YOLO Park, you just pop them together. There's a satisfaction that comes along with it, and the price is right. So
yeah,
they go into some of their medium term guidances. Essentially, they want to grow. They want to adjust their margins. And again, I'm not sure what BPS stands for, but cost savings. They want to save $1 billion in gross cost savings. That has me worried because does that mean they're going to cut quality? They're going to raise prices and cut quality because again, they've normalized that a bit. Now, I think Siege, the Siege and the Legacy trilogies were better than the Combiner Wars trilogy by a mile, but we still keep seeing like cost cutting measures. So.
I think they're gonna. I don't know what the price. I mean, they're gonna price. They're gonna price everybody out.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are we paying for deluxes now? $25. Yeah. I mean, god dang! I remember. I mean, I sound like an old person, but I remember when they were like $9-10.
$8.99 at Walmart. And they'd go on sale too.
I mean, golly.
I mean, I remember.
And then we got Voyagers are what, 35 40 or something like that.
Remember when Voyagers were 25?
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to start pricing people out of this stuff, man. I mean, and then, like I said, they're not making. I mean, they can make some great Transformers. They can. They got some really good stuff. I love, like I said, I love all Transformers. But man, I mean, a leader class is $55, $60. I mean, you're almost going up there you're almost getting in third party range. I mean, I don't want to say third party, but some of the stuff is getting.
Well, that was the thing. Third party started being cheaper than Masterpiece at a point, and there are some like Fans Toys realized, and Fans Toys took the Hasbro strategy, I think, and a lot of they overpriced their stuff, in my opinion. Then you see like Magic Square and DX9 coming out with their stuff. Like, you reviewed the Sideswipe, and he was what, $60-$70.
Yeah, and he's good.
And really meanwhile, that's something that Takara would charge probably 100, 110 for, maybe 120, 130.
Oh, at least 130, 130. Yeah, at least. I mean, how much other stuff now? I mean, what was the last MP they put out?
Yeah.
Was it Beast Wars? Wasn't it a Beast Wars Rhinox or something? Or?
Yeah. And, the other thing, too, is like places like Amazon Japan used to be a place to save money. I'd save about 33%, just ordering from Amazon Japan. And those times have changed. Now Amazon Japan wants money up front. I'm like, I can't pay for a figure in full. Now, that's another thing, too. Hasbro Pulse, and again, I don't have anything substantiated for this, but there's rumors that Pulse is going to move to a pay up front policy.
Really?
Where when you pre-order something, they want you to pay for it up front. And again, those are, in my opinion, in this economy, bad idea. Very bad idea.
Yeah, BBTS and Chosen Brahm and everything, they're going to be getting a lot of business in because, you don't have to pay. You had to pay up front.
BBTS I think gets a bad rap, but I think that they've really improved their customer service and their shipping speeds, and
Oh yeah,
that $4 shipping still being there.
shipping speeds. I could go with that, but I still order from BBTS. I mean, I have a lot of pre-orders through them right now, and I've never had any issues. And if I did, I think I wouldn't. I would not. Hesitate to call. Customer service. But yeah, I mean, I've had pre-orders for almost 6 months, 6+ months now. On stuff. So.
Yeah. Oh, Mega TRL says Nightbird was 150 when that dropped. Wow.
Jeepus.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I got mine through Amazon Japan. It was a bit cheaper, but again, like it's getting tougher to save money. Like there are things that are pricing some of us out. It's getting rough. But again, a lot of this is just all PR jargon. I do think it'll be interesting to see what they do, and I'm hoping that they don't cut quality because I don't think they can afford to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, I know you covered this in your news. Supreme is a high-end clothing line. It's kind of silly, but they do a lot of collaborations. I am going to get this because anything with this, there are people that are fanatics for Supreme. I wish this was the missing link.
I've never heard of it. I never heard of it before this.
The aftermarket for Supreme is huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah.
Is it clothes? I guess they're clothing department or something, or
like I think they got their start doing like like skate clothing.
Oh, okay.
But they've done like tons, and I mean tons of collaborations. They've done stuff with the Arcade 1-Up. They've done pinball machines, and all the pricing on the aftermarket is massive. And yeah, Lance, this is a gross looking figure, but I view this as an investment. Like, I'm not normally somebody that's like, I'm going to get something to flip, but this is going to be something that I can guarantee you is probably going to double or triple quickly in its price.
I got some of the map figures, the BAP figures from
the
Optimus Primes. I got the camouflage, the green camouflage one. I think I got another one too as well. And they did like they're 300 plus, I think.
Yeah,
they did a blue camo. I think they did a red camo too as well. But I got the green camo one, and I think that they're like over $300 now. I think they're pretty expensive.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this will be a good investment to get. I mean, it'll probably sell out before I even have a chance to get one, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
Then we get this. This is a little update from 3.0 for that deluxe Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, the Cybertronian mode one. They're doing a updated version of its mask and the hologram piece. Now I have the Earth version, but they retooled his mask and the hologram to make it more movie accurate. The thing that's kind of scummy is, they're not just sending this to people. Now I'm sure you could probably write 3.0 and be like, look, can I just buy the parts? Because they do have good customer service, but these parts are going to be in a undisclosed event exclusive. So
yeah. I don't know if I got pre-order on this one or not. I'm 3.0. I got the Nemesis Prime from the last night coming in, or hopefully coming in soon. I got the MDLX Jazz and Rodimus Prime Shattered Glass version coming as well.
Yeah. Now, Lance, we do need a reissue of the Galaxy Prime. I would love to see that, but I don't know if they're ever gonna do Cybertron reissues in our lifetime. But at least we're getting new updates to Cybertron. We got some in-hand pictures. This comes from Notchrab over on Weibo, who's got Red Alert from Age of the Primes in hand, and I'm hyped for this guy.
Yeah, he looks good. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, just looking really clean, looking like a great sculpt, looking actually pretty premium too. I like the fact that like I didn't notice this until these pictures came out, that if you look at the windows, they have separate pieces for the transparent plastic on the windows. which is pretty
Oh,
awesome.
okay. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So
Yeah, Hasbro does some good stuff once in a while, but I
yeah,
like the card mode. The alt mode looks really good too as well.
yeah.
So
Yeah, he does the same canon stuff from like the Armada one did. So just no mini con. That's my only gripe. I wish
I
they
don't
would
understand why they don't throw in the mini con. That's weird,
Yeah.
but still looks good.
Then
I like it.
Get a look at Alchemist Prime and Onyx Prime on the box. Good clear look here.
Yeah.
Well, not on the box, but on the display art. So looking forward to seeing these toys.
Yeah, me too.
Artworks out there.
Solace Prime looks good. She looks good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Prime.
Prime. Yeah, we looked at the Lio convoy getting like, let's move over to our third party. I try to keep this close to an hour, but I think we're making pretty good time here. And don't have too much on the third party side to talk about. So let me go ahead and get over to MMC's Facebook page here. So MMC made a post saying that their Tyrantron Rise is going to be releasing in May. Yeah, we got to see him at TFCon, and he looked great in person. I think I'm going to put the black helmet on him, to be honest. This is a heavy retool.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Of their Orion packs, Optimus specs,
Yeah. And look at all the options you get with them. Like, I like that you get, different heads, different eyes.
I love, that mace is awesome looking. I can't wait to take some pictures of this. Their drift, man. When I did the review for the drift, the stray, whatever they call it. Man, I wish MMC would put out something every week. I would buy it.
Yeah, they still are like my favorite third-party company. And for a retool of a truck, this isn't a bad-looking tank. It's not the best-looking tank mode, but it's not a bad-looking tank mode.
No.
So,
but he's going to be in bot mode. But man,
yeah,
I can't wait to take some pictures.
Guarantee you, they try to get a Tarn out of this.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
They'll probably do Tarn or Blood. If they got a Bludgeon out of this, that would be cool too.
Yeah, the Bludgeon would be pretty cool. Yeah.
And then there he is next to his IDW counterpart from the reformatted line. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this guy.
Yep, me too.
Also looking forward to this. We just have a render right now, but this is Dr. Wu's disc jockey, which is kind of a legend scale. But if you have an MPM collection, he might fit in just fine because
a barricade, yeah.
So a couple things. This is the second Transforming Frenzy from the 2007 Transformers movie, the only other one. And shout out to Paper Melon, he has a good channel. He covered the Fast Action Battlers one, which I almost got in 2007. I kept picking it up and putting it down, putting it down, and then when I finally decided I wanted it, I couldn't find it. But they did have a Frenzy that transformed into a boombox and actually had a little disc launcher on it.
Oh yeah, I had that one. They did a lot of the 07 movies of those.
And this is a little panely, but I think they did, and again, just a render. Dr. Wu does good stuff. I know you like their scalpel, and you also got the brains too, right?
Yeah, brains was really good. Turned into a little laptop. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. And I liked they had wheelie too.
That's right. They also did the wheelie. Yeah. So I do need to go back and pick up brains and wheelie, but yeah, looking forward to that. And also too, these are going to be on the cheaper side, probably about like $30 shipped.
$25-$30, yeah. Give or take. And they'll do recolors too if you want to do it. They'll do a pink one or something.
They'll probably do a rumble.
Like that. Yeah, they'll do probably a rumble or something like that.
Yeah, just give him red eyes and call it rumble.
Yeah,
probably do them in black and red eyes and they'll call it rumble. What I think they do. Then we get the upgrade kit. I know you talked about this one over on your channel, but for anybody, so this is not something I'm going to get, but I'm kind of glad it exists because look, in fairness, there are people that are just masterpiece purists. Like they're not buying third party. And I like the individual bots for this set, but the combined mode is bad.
Trash.
Yeah. And the problem with that combined mode is it tried to do too much, and it really needed to. This is basically giving you some parts forming going on here, right?
Yeah, stability and stuff for the waist area.
Yeah, for the arms too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I think shoulders. They did something with the shoulders and stuff.
Yeah. So again, kind of showing off the posability, and again, this for mine, they're all in individual bot modes. I'm happy with them like that. I have the Moon Studios one as my combined because that's what I do is I have the team and then I have the combiner. But yeah, I mean this is, and it's cool too because you can also use this as a weapon rack if you so choose.
Yeah, it gives you options. That's always good.
Yeah, it's a thing that exists. If you have this set, it's an option. It does make them taller and better. But I'd say if you want to have them combined, just get the Moon Studios. But I also think that the individual bots and the trains are good too.
Yeah, that's what I like about them is the train mode. That's what I would have Moon Studios as my combiner and then have the trains right in front of them.
By his feet, yeah. Well, and it's cool they come with little track pieces too.
Yeah.
And then to wrap up this evening, this is pretty cool. Now these are sold out on BBTS right now. But we're getting 2 reissues from Fans Toys. We're getting Cesium, and we're also getting Jabber, so they're Blur. Again, like I have my gripes with Fans Toys, and I think these prices are way higher than they need to be. But I'm happy about this for 2 reasons. We were talking before the show. Cesium came out, I want to say in 2017, and I bought mine from Agabus, and when I opened it up, I actually had a broken hinge, and I can let me see if I can get the picture here. So Cesium, if you don't know, Cesium is a larger version of Slag, and in my opinion, he was the first 2.0 that Fans Toys ever did. And they did it under I think they did it under the Perfect Fusion line because, well, they didn't know how the market would react to a 2.0. And they've reissued Scoria since, which is interesting. But of course, in all their pictures, they show him with the other Dinobots. And Scoria does fit in with, he can fit in okay with the Dinobots, but he's a little bit small. He was really meant to scale with that original Masterpiece Grimlock. Whereas Cesium is meant to scale with the Fans Toys Dinobots. So I got my Cesium back in 2017, and then I bought it from Agabus, and I reached out to Hanny, and I, was asking, hey, is there any way I can get a replacement part? And he was just like, no, unfortunately, I haven't heard anything, and you might need to reach out to Fans Toys directly. And let me show you what's up with mine. There you go. That's what happened with my Cesium right out of the box. And that's a picture from January of 2018 when I finally got in touch with Fans Toys and yeah, we don't have any parts. So you were asking before the show, are these old stock or reissues? And I can confirm that they are reissues because I reached out to Fans Toys in that thread, and funny enough, I'll pull up the email.
Hey, Todd, they did not release any other Dinobots under the Perfect Fusion, just this one.
So let me zoom in here. Let me copy this. I mean, my email is my YouTube name anyway, but so I wrote to them. I had this old email thread all the way back 28. Actually, no, it was December 2018. So it was 2018 when I got them, not 2017. Factory don't have spare parts. Sorry. So I wrote to them yesterday and I said, hello, I see this is getting reissued. Does that mean parts will be available? Below is my email from 2018. bought the figure from Agabus at TFCon, and my figure had a broken hinge, but parts weren't available. And they wrote back to say, greetings. I'm sorry, they said, yes, please contact us again after it gets reissued. Thanks.
Nice.
So they are indeed doing other, like, brand new runs of these. It's sold out here on BBTS, but again, if you go over, and again, I know some people don't like TF Source. I've never had any issues with them, but if you're interested, you can still pre-order both of these guys over at TF Source. And I think the Chosen Prime.
That's where I got mine. So I think Chosen Prime still has theirs up. Show Z put theirs up too as well. Mm-hmm. I'm sure TF Safari will have theirs up.
Yep. So. And actually, funny enough, the Chosen Prime is actually cheaper than BBTS and TF Source right now. But yeah, if you're interested in getting those, if you happen to miss out, I can say both of them are really good offerings from Fans Toys. Like, I know I'm harsh on Fans Toys at times, but they are both really good figures. They're actually fun, and at least in case of Cesium, he's really easy to transform. Lance is saying the Giga Power Dinobots, man. But if you're a tune accurate guy like me, that's where the Fans Toys going. And I see effortlessly random showed up saying that he unfortunately lost a lot of his collection in it, and I think he got robbed, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but he still has his Fans Toys. I'm glad to hear that. And the Titan asking, did they ever release any other dinos under Perfect Fusion? No, they did not. They only they were originally going to release Cyclonus under Perfect Fusion.
Oh, yeah.
But then, they changed
did it under Fans Toys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, what is it? Now they have, what are the other two that they have?
Robot Paradise or?
Yeah, Robot Paradise. And then they were doing another name for, I think they were doing a different Fantastic Model. That's how they're releasing their
Ultra Magnus,
Ironhide, and Ultra Magnus was Fantastic Model, and then Ironhide and Ratchet are also Fantastic Model. Okay, so trying to evade Takarato, even though we all know, and they the tape, like when you get a Fantastic Model or you get a Robot Paradise or a Perfect Fusion, the tape says Fans Toys. It's like I talk to people sometimes too, and I'll mix up X Transbots and KFC, and they'll be like, well, actually that was X Transbots, or actually that was KFC, and I'm like, the tape says X Transbots when you open it up. Let's not split hairs.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's all Keith. It's all Keith. That's all it is.
That's true. That's all it's got to be. It's Keith.
Yeah. And Stunning and Brave saying, still trying to sell my Giga Chad swoop on eBay. Got him by accident a long time ago. I'm surprised. Do you have the red one or the blue one? Because if you had the blue one, I'm surprised that hasn't sold. I think I remember seeing in your collection that you had the red one. But still, those Giga Power ones, I'm surprised you'd be having issues selling them. And Titan saying to Lance, with DX9 back in the game, I dare to dream. Yeah, DX9 and Magic Square, I'm glad to see the competition, because I think Fans Toys got too big for their britches, and they hiked up their prices to. Oh, you got the blue one. You got the blue one. I'm surprised you're having a hard time selling it. What I always do and what I always recommend is just redo the listing, find somebody else selling it, and just copy their listing.
Put it on Facebook, man. Yeah. If you're doing it on eBay, put it on Facebook, man.
He's also in Canada too, so that's shipping factors in. So but Mercari as well, or just sometimes I've had some good luck going on the TFW boards. Granted, their buy sell trade is kind of dead these days, but there's also Dojo Disciples on Facebook, which is a pretty good group. People that are connected to Toy Dojo have a independent sales group. It doesn't cost you anything, and they run a tight ship there. We used to have the cafe until the owner ran off the rails, but no, that's a story for another day. Well, that gets us caught up. No comment on that one.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah. Hey, Lord Botha, thanks for dropping by. Yes, I already talked about Saber. We hit that early on, but yeah, hopefully that means Transformers. The TLDR. So Lord Botha is one of the people that watches the Gronky on Dogs podcast, where I talk games with my friends over in Australia and Canada, and yeah, they all know that I'm the Transformers guy, and everybody was when that news broke today, everybody was like, "Oh, we got to tell Zero." So yes, I'm very excited for the potential, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up in case it's not a Transformers product. So, granted, what if they did like a GI Joe game that was like Gears of War? Would you get in on that?
Yep, I used to love some Gears of War.
Yeah. Like I if they did that like out of left field, they did like a GI Joe classified game, and it was like gritty, and they based it on the Skybound comics.
Oh,
sign me up.
Oh, I just read the last copy of our last comic of the Skybound, and it's so good.
Yeah,
man, so good.
I hope it continues when DWJ's run is up, because like when I met him over the summer, I was like, please don't leave Transformers. And he's like, I don't want to.
It's a good series. It's a great series, man. I look forward to reading the comics every month. It looks good. It's awesome.
He's a great dude. You should hit him up and see if he'd do an around 30 with you.
Oh, okay. Well, give me if you have any information.
I'll see if I can get his info somewhere, and I'll pass it along to you. But
okay,
like when I met him over the summer, he took time with everybody. He loved talking Transformers, and I like sat there and I told him, I was like, you did Optimus Prime so much justice, man. So many people have not gotten Optimus right over the years. Dreamwave did okay. IDW butchered him. Let's not even talk about the Bayverse or what Stephen Capel did in Rise of the Beasts with the Mopey Prime.
Mopey
Prime.
Yeah.
I swear, like, I don't hate Rise of the Beast, but like when you get to Prime, he's like no different than he is in Dark of the Moon. Like, remember Dark of the Moon Prime? He was like he's not going to transform because he's mad. Remember that scene?
Yeah, and then what got me with Dark of the Moon, when he got caught up in the when he had the jetpack on, he got caught with the wires and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, the cables.
Really, the cables are holding you down. Come on. Wreckers on you, come on! You got your jetpack on. Come on, man!
You got swords in your arms. Come on,
oh man! God bless America. That was.
Yeah. I do agree. TF Prime handled Optimus very well. God bless TF Prime, because that was like we need another TF Prime. We need something like that. We need, like, that's the thing I think that's missing, is we need media. And the Skybound comics. Honestly, if it was me, I would let the Skybound comics run a little bit longer, and I'd start adapting that for TV.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love a cartoon series out of that.
Because we just, like, I think the reason, like, they're having issues, and I talked about this over on Rodimus Primal's channel a month or two ago, is like it'd be another good discussion to have, but I think that, like, they're afraid to have media that sells, that's viewed as like, oh, this only exists to sell toys. I think they're afraid of that.
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be. No, it's like what they're in the business of. But they're like afraid that, like, parental rights groups will be like, oh, this is just a big commercial. And no, it's like you need to have things that, wow, this resonates with me. I want it in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
And like that was like Transformers Prime, and everything else since is like, we had Cyber, what was it, like the Robots in Disguise, and we had Cyberverse, and just all of it just played it so safe it was boring.
Yeah. It's for kids. I mean, I understand that. So
Titan emo Optimus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And actually, Stunning Break, do you have the MMC version of
Streetwise, or is it
extra? Oh no, wait, no. It's my buddy Chris is looking for First Aid. He's looking for First Aid.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I do agree, Titan, that, like, I think things are starting to change, but I just want them to like entertain us first. Create something that resonates with everybody. I always go back to Iron Man, right? 2008 Iron Man. Iron Man was a C-lister in Marvel, and they made a movie that appealed to everybody. And it was fun. It was energetic. It was action-packed, and it just landed. Hey, Zeta TF, good to see you. And man, if you got TF Prime as your childhood, man, I was already a grown ass man when TF Prime came out, but that was your childhood. I'm jealous because hell yeah.
Yeah, that was been a grown ass man.
Now we're old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still can't get over like I remember waking up last Wednesday. I was like, shit, I'm 40. What happened?
Yeah, my wife just turned 40 in February.
Yeah, she and I are almost the same age.
Yeah,
because I'm the 12th.
She's February 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's got a few days on me.
Yep. Oh well.
All right. As long
That's
as
true, Preston.
Yeah, we do. We need something new and good. And that's where I'm kind of I think Cyberworld has potential, especially coming onto YouTube. It's going to have the reach. I just hope Cyberworld isn't like little 5-10 minute episodes and that's it. Like I want stories. I want something that's like going to tell a story, but it's also fun. 52, man. Well, hopefully I'm, hopefully we're all still in this at 52.
I will be.
I definitely will be. I definitely will be. I'll be trying. So I think it's a good place to wrap it up before we turn into like we're sorry that we're getting old. Sorry we're getting old podcast. But
yeah, it's like this kind of getting awkward. It's like, all right, making me sad.
But yeah, so anything you got on the horizon? You just got a ton of blockies, but any videos that we should be on the lookout for on your channel? Because I know you've got I know you've really been focusing on news. You've been killing it with the news stuff. And
yeah, that's about the only thing people watching now. It's my news stuff and everything. What I got coming up, I just put out a review for New Age Blaster for the Shatterglass version. I got the comic. I just did the Dino things for Dr. Woo. Blaster, I got this, the 01 long haul should be coming up probably Saturday. I got the Yellow Park, that Mirage coming up. I did a review for the Beast Wars, the dinosaur guy, Magmatron. Is it Magmatron?
I
think, what's the name?
Yeah, it was Magmatron. I don't know why YouTube's being weird. I like went to your channel and went to recently uploaded. It's giving me like Saturday Night Live.
I watch Saturday Night Live all the time. No, but I did I passed on the Magmatron and last year, and I picked it up on Amazon for a good deal. And I just got around to reviewing him, so that should be out pretty soon as well. I really liked it. For a Commander class, it was pretty fun. I liked it. I don't know about the Dino Centipede thing going on. That was kind of weird, but
yeah, that's
if you like that kind of thing,
the old, the old weird Dino conga line. Yeah. I mean,
the Dino Centipede thing. It's weird.
It was weird. It was in the show, and it's like one of those things that if they left out, you'd have like enough people bitching at Mark Clonis and Evan. Like they'd
really?
Be like, "I want my Dino orgy." Yeah.
Well,
how these people are
creepy. But anyways, I had a good time. Oh, I do. But I got a lot of stuff coming up. I may do some verses. I just did the review. I may do a verses of New Age, Warpath, and another Legend Scale 1. I may do a versus with Sideswipe, the DX9, and the Takara 1. I mean, I know it's not going to be fair because Takara's like 15 plus years old. I understand that, but I may do that
Yeah.
anyways. So,
Well, it's also good to see like how far we've come.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
And in a few days, you got a round 30 coming up with a pretty big guest. You got Captain Kyle from Toy Spotlight.
Yeah, I got him. I met him at Baltimore, TFCon Baltimore.
Yeah.
And he was
I met
on
him with you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on with Patriot Prime about 2 years ago and everything. So I got in contact with him and said, you want to go on? He's like, yeah. So we're gonna do that Sunday night. I think at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I think is it 9? Okay, 9 Eastern.
Yep.
And so looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun. Get to meet and hang out with him and talk Transformers and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he does
That's
good kind of. Originally, when I went on there, it's like I thought you had him on last night, and then I went back and checked. I'm like, oh, I'm a dummy because I like tagged him in my community.
Oh,
like in the meantime, go watch my boy Deluxe. No. And then I was like, oh wait, nope, that's Sunday. What am I on?
Yeah, Sunday. Coming up Sunday, we're gonna have a little round 30. So looking forward to that. I always love doing the round 30s. Get to meet, hang out with other people. There's Boss Hall.
Hey, Boss Hall, good to see you, man. And before we get here, Princeton's giving you one suggestion. Was he do a round 30 with Troy Aikman?
I would actually do at I would do around 30 with Troy Aikman. He was a good quarterback.
What would you do though if he was like like a real big closet Transformers fan? Would you cut him some slack?
Troy Aikman? Yeah, I would say. I still say his team sucks, but I would get Tony Romo on there. I actually like Tony Romo now as an announcer. Like when he announces football games or I like him. He's good. I hate him as as a quarterback, and we beat him all the time. But I like him as an announcer. He's pretty good. He's funny.
You get Jerry Jones on, find out he's got like the world's largest third-party collection.
I'm good with that. I'm good with Jerry Jones. But I'm actually happy for Jerry Jones because he's ruined the Cowboys for 3 decades. So I'm happy with that. Just like Dan Snyder ruined the Redskins and football team and the Commanders a little bit, but now we got the right people in place, and we're gonna do some good things, man. Can't wait. I'm excited.
Right on. All right, man. Well, thanks again for joining me tonight. It's always a blast having you on, and I will be back here doing my thing on Tuesday, regular time next week. And if you are interested in anything I'm doing in the interim, I'll be on the Gronky on Dogs podcast on Sunday at 4 Eastern. Also be doing a guest spot on the RNG Gaming podcast Saturday night. My days are all mixed up. It doesn't feel like a Thursday.
Damn, man.
So I'll be posting all that over on my Twitter account and probably on the community tab as well. So if you're interested in any of the gaming content that I guest on or collaborate with, check that out over there because I'll be posting some links. But I want to thank everybody who dropped by tonight. It's always fun doing these. It's always fun hanging out with you. It's always fun hanging out with the people in the chat. If you like what we're doing over here, again, smash that like button because it helps me out in the algorithm. We're at 261 subscribers over here. So hopefully I can get to 500 by the end of the year. I'd like for stream it by using Restream right now, but I like to go back to StreamYards and like for YouTube, what I do on YouTube to help pay for that. So be a friend, tell a friend that I'm out here if you like what I'm doing. And with that, that's a wrap for tonight. And I will see all of you fine people on Tuesday at 9 o'clock regular time next week. Hope everybody has a great weekend ahead, and I will see you then. Later.
Bye, everybody.